My name is Nick Diaz, and I'm a
ninja.
He's a ninja, baby.
Il saluto del mattino la di solino la ferma sui miei. Il saluto del mattino è una briciola di solino la ferma sui miei. Il saluto del mattino è una di solino la.
Hi guys, my name is Zaid and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about the legend Nick Diaz. Some try to diagnose Diaz as having a sort of social anxiety disorder, where he just can't deal with the pressure of the lights and crowds that are associated with large gatherings. Others try to point the finger at a behavioral problem that Diaz is just lashing out as an act of rebellion. The fast-moving nature of the UFC puts the burden on fighters to stay active or else risk being left behind and forgotten by the masses. But Nick Diaz is one rare exception to this rule. Despite his 6.5-year absence from the octagon, Diaz retains a steadfast, almost cult-like following, with fans salivating at the prospect of watching him return to action. In truth, Diaz is the epitome of mixed martial arts. His raw, chaotic style was honed on the streets of Stockton, California, and it's that street fight energy that, in Diaz's view, has seen him win over so many fans. Nick says, "People like to talk a lot about me, about how I have anxiety or social disorders. I'll admit to anxiety, but it has nothing to do with media or being in front of a camera or being around people. It has to do with dealing with the sparring that I'm going to have or the workouts that I'm going to have from day to day. If you don't find time to meditate and get all that negative out, and if you don't have the right people being positive around you, this is a very scary job to have if you don't learn how to control your fear. Of course, I'll admit to anxiety, but it has nothing to do with being in front of the social media. I think it's healthy for you to laugh and be happy, but sometimes it's hard for me to do because it takes me so far out of that state of mind where I'm thinking of being smashed with elbows and all these different ways I can lose. I try to cancel out every possibility of losing the fight, and this runs through my head all day long. I'm seeing myself become smashed in the face, cut or being submitted or being knocked out in so many different ways all day long. That's just my job to train that in my head, and when I'm back and forth in a happy mode or I train in mode to a happy mode, like I have a real quick shock of anxiety right there, and I don't like that feeling." So why is Nick Diaz such a hero for MMA fans? Some fans try to answer this question. Nick says, "I came from a really hard town. The people I grew up with were always fighting. My brother was always getting into gang fights on the streets. I got stabbed. I had a mentality from getting wrapped around as a kid and put through a lot, you know. I thought that was going on everywhere, but it was really just school I was at. So when I went out there to fight in front of an audience, they had never seen anything like that, and I didn't know that I was doing anything different, but I had an advantage because of that mentality." Nick finds media obligations stressful and has previously given interviews where he is clearly nervous about speaking in front of his public. He says, "I'm not somebody who is good with words, just the stress of being able to say the right things. That's kind of was the price I had to pay, just doing that sort of thing non-stop. I'd rather be out there fighting." Diaz's aversion to public speaking spilled over in 2011 when he refused to fly out for a pre-fight press conference ahead of his mega fight with George St. Pierre, infuriating Dana White in the process, who withdrew Diaz and replaced him with Carlos Condit. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe or share with your friends. It really means a lot. You can also follow me on my Instagram, MMA Savage.
Il saluto del mattino la di solino dalla ferma sui miei. Il saluto del mattino è una briciola di solino dalla ferma sui miei. Il saluto del mattino la di solino dalla.
I always wake up
In the morning.